Since about 1991. I'm not good with the math. I've been in radio for, what is that, 20-something years, 23 years? Yeah. And I look younger now than I did when I started, with a mullet and the whole thing. And I haven't had any work done other than my boobs. I haven't had anything, like Botox or a facelift or anything like that. I just got a breast lift. Well, Ace has a bad temper. And I was doing the Sunday morning board opping thing, running the boards for the Casey Kasem and Rick D's Countdown, or whatever it was, one Sunday morning. And he was scheduled, because he was a part-time disc jockey, and he was scheduled to come in at noon and start his shift for the Sunday afternoon. And he pulled into the parking lot, so this little red Cavalier, Chevy Cavalier, drives up, and this big, long guy with long red hair steps out of it, and he was wearing, I remember, the tightest jeans you can get on a man, I think, at that time. He was wearing white tennis shoes and a white t-shirt, and he had sunglasses on, and his hair had been blow dried. It was flying in the breeze like there was nothing really weighting it down at all. It's just frizzy kind of, where he had overly blown it. And he goes up into the studio, and he's almost late to start. Maybe he was a little late, and I had started his first song for him. And he comes in the studio slamming the door, and the CD hung up in the machine. When he sat down, he was cussing, and it hung up, and he started yelling and hitting the CD player, and he pulled the CD out of it and slung it up against the wall, and he reached and grabbed these emergency, they were called carts, so they were tapes that we could put in and play in case the CD players broke. And he just spun it around, this Lazy Susan that had those things in them, and grabbed Open Arms by Journey, slammed it in the machine, and bam, hit the button to start it, and then turned around and said, hey, I'm sorry, man, I'm Ace. And that's how we met. And I thought, this guy is a complete, Ace something. And that was my first impression of him. Come to find out, he had gotten a speeding ticket on the way to work. We were the only two single guys on the staff, and we hung out one night and became friends. It was like, we didn't go to school together. We always say this, we didn't go to school together, but if we would have, we'd have been best friends. Not so much now. I mean, best friends are usually best friends for life. You always hear that. But, he's just all right now.